Alison and I'm a craftivist. A term I've only recently got to know, but I use my love of crafting to raise funds for a charity close to my heart, Age UK Exeter. The reason I got involved with charity was because I used to pass their offices on Carrick Street quite often because I was en route to my parents' house, and they were advertising for a potato peeler, and I thought, well, I can do that, and I've got a few hours a day that I can devote. So I went in, and needless to say, I've never peeled a potato yet, but I got involved with a group of visually impaired over 50s, and I now head a group of volunteers, and we meet every couple of weeks, and we have about 15 members who regularly meet for a coffee and a chat in the Central Library here in Exeter. Knitting is a little bit of a passion of mine. My grandmother taught me as a little girl. She must have had the patience of a saint because I'm left-handed, so everything I do is incredibly awkward. But having said that, she taught me well, and I have a skill which actually is fantastic. I didn't do any knitting for many years, and then a shop opened here in Exeter, one on the X, and it inspired me to pick up my knitting needles again and have a go, and I've not looked back since. And then this last year in March I thought, well, maybe we had such a successful year the year before raising funds, maybe we could be doing a more formal basis, and that's when the idea started to form about creating a fundraising craft group for Age UK Exeter. Having decided to start the craft group, I then had the problem of, well, what are we going to make? And I suddenly realised after the first couple of weeks of meeting, when we had quite a lot of craftivists join us, that I had all this wonderful willing volunteer without having real projects to aim for. So we started making various things and needed to ensure that once we'd made the effort and we'd put the effort in, we had a market in which to sell them and raise the funds, which was the whole point of the group. The joint project with Sancho has been amazing. I've known Craftivists as an artist for a number of years, and a friendship was formed, and they liked the hats that I'd been making in previous years on small scale. And we decided to have a formal project where Sancho's would commission a range of hats, and our craft group would make, and we would then supply as a manufacturing unit to the shop for them to sell, which meant that we actually had a ready market for the work that we were doing, and it was fantastic. The first thing we had to decide when we sort of started to discuss the joint venture was the style of hat, and a member of the Sancho team, Harry, is a true supporter of hat wearing, and he became my muse. He has a unique style with the way in which he wears his hats, and it was a style that I wanted to try and replicate. But I also wanted to make a hat that if you didn't want to wear it in his particular way, you could actually wear it as a more conventional hat. We got together, I decided on 3 final designs, and we decided on 5 different colourways. What the joint venture with Sanchez has done has given me a platform to raise a larger awareness of the charity and the very good work that it does. It's a charity that provides fantastic essential services in the city. Its major gift to people is time. Time given by the volunteers gives carers time to have a life outside of caring for a loved one. And that to me is probably the most valuable commodity that anybody can give. But like all charities, there is a cost. And so fundraising is also a vital element to the charity, and ensuring that they can continue with the good work that they do. So obviously my plea is, if you would like to buy one of our hats, or if you like our hats and you could buy, you're supporting a fantastic charity. If you do want to get involved in making a donation, either money or your time, please get in touch with Age UK Exeter, who are based on Carrick Street.